Cái điểm, đúng điểm. Can I use your phone to check on the sound? Check on the sound. Nah, dia ada minum tunjang. Tunjang? Iya. Ah, no. Merah kok nggak ya? Ayo dong, boleh merah. I hotspot you. Mic check, 1 2. Mic check, 1 2. Audio check, sound check. Looks like everything is okay. Ladies and gentlemen, you're very much welcome to the stream. It is the afternoon of this third day of the competitions that we're having. Dock City, aka Rashid Wagaba versus Caesar Chandiga in the semi-final of Live 2 of the competition, which is going to be a race to 9 of these competitions here. But of course, now taking on the table is we have Rashid Wagaba, who already has at least one to himself, and then Caesar Chandiga is still looking for the first for himself. Now the game is on. Remember, this is frame number 2 of the possible 17 frames that we are supposed to be having in between these games here. But now we saw in the first game, the two are very good friends, and the two are as well rivalries when it comes to table issues. But of course, when it is against the pole game, then friendship will be put aside, and then actions will be performed on the table. And that is the reason why the silence on this ground and then the silence in this arena here speaks a lot of volumes, because every fans and every crowds who are listening here is understanding everything which is taking place here, because they want to see their champion to win. And who do you think is going to come out as the champion of the two good Kiwis who are playing at this time of the day? It is Rashid Wagaba up against Caesar Chandiga. Rashid Wagaba has won. Meanwhile, Caesar Chandiga is still looking for the very first one there. He has stood in the first and the second frame, just like a spectator. Meanwhile, Rashid Wagaba is moving around the table and checking it just like a chess player. But is he going to complete the puzzles and beat Caesar Chandiga in his second live? Meanwhile, remember, they are going to face off in another live, that is live 1 of the same competitions that we are having here. Remember, this is a double live. Then if he wins this one here, still they will go in second live, and then they will face one another in the second live semi-final. Still same race that we'll be witnessing and experiencing. We are being treated with pool plus plus by these two lads here on the table. You can look at that's the positions of these ones here. This is a green apple and a red apple produced by Rashid Wagaba in the two frames that have just been played. For audio and sound, my name is Daniel Kitara. I welcome you so much for this game that we are having it here live at Garage Lounge semi-final of Live 2. After this game, they will go to semi-final of Live 1. Who will win and who will withdraw the life of the other. Two frames played. All have gone the other way of Rashid Wagaba. But at the end of the day, we are still expecting more to come from these two good Kiwis who are already here and having the actions. We are being treated by good pools that they are giving us today. Remember, all the tables have been paused and everyone is watching the games between the Scorpion Caesar Chandiga, Africa number 1, and his very good friend in real life, that is Rashid Wagaba. Sometimes they train together, but when it comes to money issues and then games like this one's here, now the friendships are put aside and no any issues is supposed to be brought on these ones here, because Caesar will never bow down and Caesar will always bring his A games when it means to bring it. And that is why he breaks with a lot of power and then having a very good splits of the balls. Sometimes when he splits like this one, say, he can also well create at least a cunning shots which would open up all the balls and then he can go for it simply. Now after when Rashid Wagaba have played at least a red apple and then a green apple, with a green apple the latter starting, then Caesar now wants to pay back with the same that Rashid Wagaba also paid him with. And that is the intentions of that shot, to open up the other one. As long as the other shot is trying to look at was having a passage into the corner pocket, which is bottom right of the table. I don't think it is having a passage, and that is the reason why he's trying to contemplate and map his pattern so well. So remember, have this very game here. We are going to be having Omara Moses and then Rotokonya Joseph in table 1. So after this game, you will still be treated to good pool. Remember yesterday in live 1, Rotokonya Joseph withdrew the life of Omara Moses by beating him 7 frames to 1. Is he going to have a repeat today? Because before this game here, Rotokonya Joseph had to beat the twin brother to Omara Moses, Ogenward Samuel, 7 frames to 1 also. So we are yet to wait and confirm what is going to take place here in the next actions. At this point in time, the intention of Caesar is to play that ball which is so close to the black, and then having the cue ball bounce off the yellow ball to open up the black, because it's mine and all his interest is to open it up. But at the end of the day, he opted to go for another ball. Then Rashid will be playing the ball, which is hanging freely in the center, just that he can open up the blacks and then at the same time open the yellow, which is kissing the black at that point in time. This is the first big miss that we have seen between the two players that are playing here. He has been denied by the jaw of the corner pocket, which is bottom right of the screen. And so Rashid Wagaba aims for the third time in this game here, wants to have his nose in front and run away with the score. That is all running in his mind, because yesterday he eliminated computer from this tournament here, removing live 1 of computer and at the same time also removing live 2 of computer to qualify and play with the Scorpion Caesar Chandiga.
In the next 5 minutes.
Sorry.
In the next 5 minutes, we'll come to table 1.
Now this game is being played with a lot of precisions that the two players are treating the fans with, and of course when you check and understand how Doc City or Rashid Wagaba is playing, it's playing so well and lovely shots. Even received a round of applause by the fans, because playing and opening up the yellow ball, which was looking like a problem to him, and of course now everything looks as easy as possible. Doc City to have at least his nose extend his score with at least 3-0. They're now waiting for Caesar to at least either mount a comeback or else he will run with the score. Now here he's supposed to understand the pattern so well, whether he is supposed to have that one rolled into the center pocket, which is just into the center pocket that you're seeing, bottom of the screen. There he aims for it. And black for the third time. Ladies and gentlemen, the dog in the city has 3. Meanwhile, Caesar Chandiga is still looking for 1. It is race to 9. Now, most of the fans who are here are en routing for Caesar. They want him to bring his A games also in. Now Rashid Wagaba to break frame number 4. He has always been having a lion's share of this one here, because when you check on frame number 1, he has been winning frame number 2, frame number 3, and so now this is frame number 4. But remember, this is a dry break produced by Rashid Wagaba. He's supposed to stand and watch how Caesar will be moving around the table and checking every pattern like a clean chess player. There he walks around understanding every pattern of the game, and just like the chess players always do it, here he aims. Now every ball here now means a lot, because now these are 2 great friends in real life, and the 2 are facing one another now on the green bait here to determine who can progress in this life in chart number 2 to take it into the into the final of life 2. There he goes, playing simply with a lot of precisions. And remember, there is also pressure which is also involved in this game, and at the same time nerves will also be hitting the players at the same time. To any big player in the world, this may still look like a head start, but to a player in the caliber of Rashid Wagaba, this cannot be undermined at any time, because all they can do magic. And that is a round of applause. After playing a nice canning shots, Caesar received a round of applause from the fans. The only player who always concentrates more than any other player when he's on the table, and only smiles when he puts the last black. This is Caesar Chandiga, the Scorpion. Now taking everything one step at a time, leaving that ball into the jaw of the corner pocket, because he understands that will be used as the ball to be potted, and then now will get a perfect cue ball to pot now the black into either the corresponding corner pocket or into the same corner pocket. There he maps his patterns and checks it so well. There he goes, potting it one step at a time. Sometimes these gentlemen here, or these players, they make pool look so easy. If you check on how Rashid Wagaba is looking like a spectator, but at the same time, when he knows he is a serious competitor in this game here. And all he needs, that is a lovely freezing white played by Caesar Chandiga with a lot of precision, and receive a big round of applause. Aimings now for black for the first time. Caesar Chandiga pulls one back. Caesar 3. Meanwhile, Rashid Wagaba 1. It is race to 9. I want to thank every person who is watching this stream here. How about when we begin to like the stream, just that YouTube can recommend it also to other people who are always watching from time to time. Frame number 5 to be broken by Caesar Chandiga. Almost scratches into the corner pocket, which is top left of the table and also of the screen. And then now he had a bit of luck because that rate was able to intercept it. So he had it now as an advantage to him. The son of the soul, guy who practiced right from Gulu, trained so hard here, went to Kampala and he was tormenting the big players in Kampala as a young boy back then in those days. And then now he started producing highlights now, clean games. And then every player now begins to have to respect him when he's playing actively. And that is Caesar Chandiga, doing what he does so best on the table. Remember also, coming this month in July, Caesar is going to be going to UK and play UK Series 2 tournament. Wow, look at that one there. Now remember, this game needs a lot of precisions and accuracy at the same time. A lot of precision is supposed to be applied when you're playing at this point in time. Now the intention of Dog City is to pot this ball here and open up the corner pocket at the same time. And he has done it so well. He's always the guy who creates a lot of highlights. That is Dog City. You rarely see these two players here playing a snooker on any good day when they're playing either tournaments or money matches or any other competitions, because they always go for the game. They understand the patterns, they understand the cue ball as well, the science in it, and then they understand the movement of the cushions when white is rolled or the cue ball is rolled, and then how fast does it go. And that is exactly the weight they apply on the cue ball, just that they can hit the cue ball and then runs, give them the precisions they need and then the accuracy at the same time. Rashid Wagaba 3, Caesar Chandiga 1, race to 9. Who will take it? Now, the reason why you're seeing Rashid Wagaba is moving from right to left, from left to right, you want to understand the pattern so well, just that he doesn't invite Caesar back on the table, because any slight mistakes will amount to you being standing and watching the game. Colleagues will be potting black on yourself. And then it's up. Again, it's now only 4 of the yellow balls remaining on the table. And one thing he's putting in his mind is, after potting the ball, what is the next one, or which ball is next after that? Live 2 of the 64-man comp semi-final to go into the final. I think the cue ball went so close to that yellow, but of course now that will give him a natural movement of the cue ball to at least spot the yellow, which is hanging in top right of the table. He can either mean to start with the one in the center pocket, where he's aiming at this point in time, having only a stand shot, just that cue ball doesn't move fast and far. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, and of course he will have to play now the ball, which he initially thought of playing before, just that he can have at least a perfect cue ball and pot that same yellow hanging freely rightward to the same corner pocket where he is aiming to pot at this time. Rashid Wagaba. A simple roll of that one there, making pool now looks a bit so easy in the highs. and shakes his head in disbelief because the cue ball is so close to the cushions. But that is not a problem to him because even when he fails to put that one there, then he will still understand there may be opportunity that might come their way. But here, he will not give any chance to Caesar Rashid Wagaba. He got a perfect cue ball for the only would be now the blackboard remaining on the table, just that they can extend easily further to 4 frames to 1. Rashid Wagaba aims for black for the 4th time. Going into the center, aiming 1, 2, and 3. He goes. Precision's top notch. Even Caesar appreciated him just like that. Five frames played, 4 for Rashid Wagaba, 1 for Caesar Chandiga.
We are being unscheduled and we need to meet on Monday time accordingly.
Now breaking with a lot of power, and of course when you look at the display of the yellow balls, they are looking a bit okay. At the same time, you can as well fancy and opt to go for the reds. Now all these two, they are always good to a player in the caliber of Dog City, because for him he's a man of highlights. He can as well play a cannon shots and remove those clustered ball, and so he nominates the yellow ball, moving it one step at a time. All in his mind is take one visit and don't invite Caesar. That is the intentions of that shot, is to open up those balls which are in the corners. He does it so well, but looks like he is a bit snookered. Now Caesar can breathe one more time. Now here he wants to create some shots here, which is a magical shots coming off at least the cushions, and then finding the yellow balls and putting in the center pocket, which is so close to your camera. It is so possible. It is so possible when the player is Rashid Wagaba. Now his intention was a bit different. He opted to go for the ball in the corner pocket, which he does it so well. And now there are 4 of the yellow balls remaining on the table. All of them are portable, by the way. Even a bank shot can do him good at this point in time. The two are national team players. Caesar is managed by ATA. Meanwhile, Rashid Wagaba does not have a management at the moment. Now the intention of that shot was to open up the black, at the same time also open up that same yellow ball. But of course that ball has a passage into the center pocket. There I inspect what we watch at this point in time. It is poetry in motions. Now look at precisions by Rashid Wagaba. Top of the pool being played by Rashid Wagaba today. Guys in good form. The rest is just a formality at any time. And 10 out of 10, he will pot this ball with an ease. Rashid Wagaba aims for the last black and pots it in the corner. Rashid Wagaba 5. Meanwhile, Caesar 1. Race to 7.
Second line. Yeah, the club like second line. Yeah, the goal was computer like one and two.
Sting the boys. Sting. We have a good mix that. Caesar, man.
The correct score is Caesar 1, meanwhile Duck City has 5. Caesar 1, Duck City 5. That is the correct score. Tapa, I hope I've now given you the scoreboard and can be seen clearly. Now, could this look like the turning point of Caesar now to mount a big comeback? Now we are yet to wait and confirm from here. Everyone is rooting for him to win. So this ball can either go into the corner pocket. He inspects, check. He's supposed to play it off ball, but with a lot of precision and skill which is required. Coming off at least the other ball, which is farthest. There he goes. It was always having at least passes there. That is a lot of precisions deployed by Caesar Chandiga in this current frame here. Caesar has 2, meanwhile Duck City has 5. Race to 7.
This is your arena, Caesar's arena on the table. You need the umpire, don't kill the master. I want to go here and do the marketing. I'm on one. Let me more pay not the market.
Opting to go for the raids. Rashid Wagaba had to use at least one of the yellow ball to pot the other raid now in the corner pocket, and then now the rest of the balls are looking simple, but as long as he deploys his principality in potting the balls, and then also at least keeping the cue ball safe, he will at least complete this one here, take his score to 6. Meanwhile, Caesar will remain in 2. Remember, it is race to 7. Caesar 2. Meanwhile, Rashid Wagaba 5. Race to 7. Now here you'll understand that pool is so easy unless when you go and try playing it. That is when you'll get stuck and you will not even pot the simplest ball ever. Only now 2 yellow, reds remaining on the table here, potting them in the corresponding center pocket, left, extreme right, center, and then also bottom of your screen. Or you can also opt to put them all in the same pocket, as long as you can manipulate those ones there well. Cue ball is set checks his head in disbelief because he will understand that he is supposed to control the keyboard, not to run so far. There, Rashid Wagaba. Will have to control the movement of the cue ball, not to be intercepted by yellow. And it is not, so it is safe. And there he goes. It is a break and finish. He has produced 3 apples in this game. Rashid Wagaba 6. Meanwhile, Caesar Chandiga 2. Now the dog is comfortably playing with the scorpion. As long as Rashid Wagaba maintains at least breaking and potting the ball and then clearing the table, Caesar will have to succumb on this one here because the way Rashid is queuing so well. Even Caesar is appreciating him. Looks like an apple loading by Caesar in this current or in this ongoing frame because he is so composed at this point in time, making sure that no any mistake is supposed to be made here. Now potting the ball, which is kissing the red in the center, and then having a perfect cue ball for the only would be at the most. For the would be the difficult now yellow balls remaining here. As long as he can manipulate it well, then he will have them to be potted. Can either mean to put them in the same corner pocket, which is putting this ones here, and just like that. Or else plays the other ball in the corner pocket, have the cue ball run round and come back behind the yellow, which is now remaining on the table. And just like that, he plays simply with a lot of skills on it, just that they can get a perfect cue ball for the black to be put in the center. It looks like it's a bit so tight. But Caesar being Caesar, sometimes when he brings in easy beast mode, then he will not leave anything on the table. At this point in time, Rashid should not be invited back on the table because it will be more poisonous from the dog than the one of the scorpion. Aiming now for black for the third time for himself and pots with an ease. That is an apple produced by Caesar Chandiga. Caesar 3. Meanwhile, Rashid Wagaba 6. Raised to 7. Yeah, near my break. Near my break.
Quiere non con caro, che te ne caro, poi non è per realtà. Campanaro che
Yeah. Celeste, he said you need to know the charts. You need to see the charts. After this game here, I will go where the chat is and update you accordingly. But remember, in table number 1, Omara Moses is playing Ruotokonya Joseph. The score is 1-1. After breaking powerfully, and then Dog City also had to pot at least a ball here. He is now trying to nominate a ball of his choice, fancying the yellows and wants to go for it for a pot in the center, and does it with a lot of unease. Now, all in his mind is to play and kill without inviting Caesar back on the table. That is what is running in his mind at this point in time, because he knows Caesar, if he wins this ongoing frame, it is going to be pressure on him, and so he will not need it and he will never accept it, even when the pattern is looking a bit complicated and hard. But you understand that Rashid Wagaba can sometimes mean to create for you something which is so magical. There he goes. This boy has taken long in playing pool, he understands pool, but also take it not for granted that Caesar have undergone trainings formally in pool by big names that I cannot mention them to you at the moment, but if you need them, we will give you in the next event. Now, when Dog City attempted to at least open up the corner pocket, which was at least having one of the yellow balls being frozen onto the red, and then at the same time on the cushions, then he fails to pot it. Now, Caesar has a chance to breathe and reduce the deficits from 6-3 to 6-4, as long as he can be able. There he goes for it, Caesar, to at least map his pattern and understand well, because the dog is disturbing the scorpion. Now playing simply to open up that red balls, which is trying to at least scan and see that it has a passage. Looks like it has a passage to the center, which is bottom of the screen, and is contemplating and checking it so well. One of the most professional players I've ever seen playing in Africa is Caesar Chandiga, because at any one point when he fouls, he will report himself to the umpire and then to the player who is facing up. That is top level of professionalism exhibited by Caesar Chandiga. From time to time when he plays and when you watch him play, at most times he would always report himself if he falls, and that is the reason why you saw the high bridge he was trying to make. Now here, hole in his mind is to play the ball into the bottom section of the screen, which is rightward, and then open up also the red, which is looking like they are kissing with the yellow on the cushions right of the table. As long as he can play a dragging shots here, then he will open up that one there. But all in his mind is to at least have a side of that yellow. I mean a side of that red. Just that the cue ball would be running towards the left directions and have him play the only red now remaining on the table. This one here is going to be played with a lot of the downward spin. That is right. Cue ball perfect. We will receive round of applause from the friends. Receiving round of applause from the fans in the building and in the arena. Caesar Chandiga, making everything look easy and making the fans still believing that a comeback is possible. There you go, Caesar for the black for the fourth time for himself. Meanwhile, Rashid Wagaba Dog City now has 6 and he needs only 1. Caesar pulls one back. Caesar 4, Wagaba 6, raised to 7 for a spot in the final of Life 1. Rashid Wagaba requests for a timeout, 2 minutes. 2 minutes timeout by Rashid Wagaba. These are the fans in the arena that you're seeing them there. They're watching the game and enjoying everything. This is the reactions of the fans that you're seeing them. There is just some small Hale's timeout requested by Rashid Wagaba to at least go and rest, just only in 2 minutes, and that is why he has rested. And then definitely I will bring you back to the game, which is taking place here at the end of the day. Really? Huh? Point here. 1%. Bakit hindi nito? Kaya pang. Darah net ya? Connecting.
Mấy con trà có thể cái pha bằng thôi. USB trà có thể cái trà một cái.
Dia dibuat
Media.
kerja buat media bang.
Tunggu ya.
Table 1, broken by Joseph 2, Bar Moses 1.
Welcome back after the break. Caesar broke and then had spotted one of the balls. Now he's supposed to continue with his puzzles and then maps the pattern very well and also take precisions to the next level just that they can reduce the deficits from 6 frames to 4 and then 6 frames to 5. That is all running in his mind at this point in time. Just that pressure should be mounted on Rashid Wagaba. All you need at this point in time is a 1 visit clearance. All you need from this point is a 1 visit clearance.
We have Bob, the kilo goes 20,000 shillings, and a half a kilo goes for 15,000. We have various dishes that are available. You can contact the waitresses so that you will served well. We have various brands at our counter. Beers are very cheap. You enjoy George, and welcome to Guru, friends from Kampala, from Osaka, from all walks of life, from Facebook. You are most welcome to Guru. I wish you all a happy stay and you enjoy Guru. Thank you. It is also, we have one of the Wagaba who has never won a battle in history. We have one of the Wagaba who has never won a battle in history. But in the one for Wagaba, you are also welcome.
About Dogo Junior.
Yeah, that's a recovery shot played by Caesar to get the cue ball to put this one into the center and then have a roll of the red down, which is almost on the rail to go into the corner pocket, and then cue ball will move naturally in space. He can opt to go off the yellow or directly into the pocket. There he goes. Cushion will have to come and hit the other cushions. 1, 2. Just like that. He was denied by the jaw of the corner pocket and then packing the red ball because the black was about to be sunk into the corresponding corner pocket. That's a big miss. And the miss can cause Caesar at this point in time. All Rashid now understands at this point in time is to at least snooker Caesar 1 time, and then have his other 3 of the yellow balls, which are so close to where the red is parked, to be set. That is the intentions of Rashid Wagaba, snookering Caesar and then have at least 2 chances and open up that corner pocket, which is being occupied by the Reds. Caesar to produce a magic.
Now we also welcome the captain of Paragon Football.
He has got now the wrong ball at this point in time, fouling at the wrong time also, inviting now Dog City on the table.
Without being on the starting lineup.
There is now only one thing reading into Rashid's mind, to go for the frame and clear everything. And that Caesar should keep watching him from this moment until the last spot of the black. And then they will have to shake their hands, congratulates the colleague for having played well. And that will mark the end of live 1. The Dog City will withdraw from Caesar. And Caesar will still have hope in live 2. And at the same time, he's going to face the same opponent that is facing now on the table here. That will still be another clash. Because if Dog City is to win and beat Caesar in live 1 and live 2, that means Caesar will be withdrawn from the tournament completely. And Rashid will go into the final. Either Rotokoyo Joseph or Omara Moses. I will give you the correct update after when this game is done. You can see the accuracy, the level of precisions, and now he's spotting with a lot of confidence. The pattern is already mapped. It is only the applications on the cue ball that will give him the chance at least to win this ongoing frame here, and then bring Caesar's live 1 to one hand. And for him, he will carry on with both of his life into the semi-final of live 2. Ladies and gentlemen, if he pots that one there, then the rest is going to be a formality. Just like that lovely shot, ladies and gentlemen. We are now bringing the cue ball so perfectly, because they will play this one here and then gets a perfect cue ball positions for the black on the table for the 7th time and wins. Caesar congratulates Dog City for having played so well. And thank you very much for lovely audience and lovely fans. Next, I'll bring for you Caesar versus Dog City live 2. Thank you.
Go City.